but it's only been a week.
We gotta hang out more.
I need my Tami.
Give me my Tami time. Okay.
Tami time. It's like a baby tummy time. Tami time.
Good idea.
This is good for you.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Jess FM with Tami and Danica. We are here today to talk about adventures of self-renewal. So
it's a topic that everybody kind of experiences throughout their life.
Yeah. You know, every New Year's we're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to make changes. And this time I thought, you know what? I have to actually stick by something. How about you?
Resolution, that's a word that is always thrown around, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just at New Year that we go through these periods of self-renewal, and it hasn't got much to do with resolutions in the end. It's just about growth.
And self-attainment and goals and just doing better for yourself.
Yes.
So,
by the way, you're watching Jess FM. You can see this on YouTube, Facebook, jessfm.com. And then there's two apps. There's one on Android and one with Apple.
It's Saturday at noon. You went to bed late last night?
Yeah, I always do on
Who else
Friday.
in Lethbridge didn't go to bed late last night?
Yeah, it's
Friday.
part of the weekend. It's part of the weekend.
Yeah,
You got to stay up a little later.
TGIS.
Watch a little
Thank
of a
God
movie.
it's Saturday.
Thank God it's Saturday, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Adventures of Self-Renewal. I've been tossing this around with a lot of people over the past couple of weeks, asking for, ideas and input and seeing, what does that mean to other people?
Mm-hmm.
Because it means something different for everybody.
Yeah, what does it mean to you? If you want to comment below, you can comment below. Just any little goal that you've reached so far even. It's almost the end of January. So for myself, to share with you, I've kind of joined 9 Round thanks to my coworker. She bought me like a 10-pack pass, and I went 4 times this week, and I'm seeing results. I'm getting some muscles. I'm feeling more toned, and I feel like stronger. The skipping rope part, I'm getting better at skipping rope.
That is so good for you.
So
Skipping
9 Round
rope?
is my thing, and I love yoga too. It's a nice meditative workout, but it really strengthens your body as well. I had my friends doing it with me last week, just like trying out just like different poses, and they can feel it. Or get your heart rate up even doing yoga.
I love yoga, and I never really did a whole lot of yoga until Tami came into my life, and you seriously have told me about some really great poses that I do pretty much every single morning to help me, as you get older, sleeping is bad for you. It's good for you, but it hurts after you wake up and you're feeling kind of stiff. And you can have the best mattress, but sometimes if you lay the funniest way or something, you just crick something out of the ordinary. And so there are a couple key poses that I do every morning, like 3 in particular, and they just the spine gets back into alignment.
Yeah, even just bending over and touching your toes.
Yeah, it just gets
doing
me
the
ready
downward
for
dog. Most people know what that is. I've looked up tons on the internet. The internet is free education, pretty much. Anything you want to know, you look on the internet.
The age of information.
Google it, pretty much. And I've looked up different poses and stuff like that. So after I work out at 9 Round, sometimes I'll even just stay there and do some stretching and whatever, because you can't just keep all tense all the time. So stretching out and just even touching your toes and just working on your balance, because without balance, there's no life. If you lose your balance, you're always...
And it just puts into action that natural resistance kind of flexing instead of lifting something heavy to provide your muscle with exertion. It's like the natural body weight resistance.
Yeah, if you can lift your own body weight, you're pretty good to go, and then you can go from there and do more if you want. So
we met the coolest person. We were shopping for Christmas a couple years ago, remember? Yeah. And it was that girl from Heart Space. She has her own business, and she's a yogi.
We were going to go on a retreat.
Yeah. She does this amazing thing in the States, and she has a friend who's got a cottage, and she does this amazing yoga retreat, and we still haven't done it, but we've talked about it. And
it's a dream. See, another attainable goal.
Another attainable goal. One day we will go on a yoga retreat.
Save up your piggy banks and let's go on a retreat.
The best thing about that is that there's like really experienced yogis who go, and people who are like me who have no idea what they're doing and just trying not to get hurt but feel good results when they do it. So yeah, that's something we still could do one day. That would be awesome.
I feel it's a nice anti-stress too. If you just had a long day before I go to bed, instead of just plopping into bed, I'll just be like, I got my yoga mat beside my bed. I look at it every day, and I feel it on my feet, and I'm like, okay, that means, like, just to remind myself, don't forget about you, and do your stretches and your stuff. Because, I see chiropractor and stuff, and he's like, gee, you're so tense, you're so tense. But then the last few times I seen him, he said, you're not as tense as you used to be up in here because, you know, I'm a hairstylist, so I'm always like this or always like scrubbing.
Those muscles there.
Yeah, you're always just tightening those
I get
ones,
that
right?
just from driving. You know,
Yeah.
holding the steering wheel, my shoulders feel it.
Catch yourself driving like this, I do. I'm like, oh, pick it up, Tammy. 10 to 2, was it? Or 9 to 3?
10 to 2.
Remember we had that argument last time?
That's so funny.
So,
Okay, so yes, and another thing about self-renewal, just how you start and end your day. That's a huge, huge thing, like the yoga. It's made such a difference incorporating into my mornings. Even on the weekends, sometimes I'll just do a couple poses just to get everything feeling good. And then sometimes extra poses just for a little bit of muscle in the core, you know. It's really good for that
drink
too.
water too in the morning. I know I go straight for the
Whole
coffee
glass.
pot, turn that on, and I can't wait to get my first cup of coffee. But I've been starting because I
One
promised
glass of water
myself
first.
I chug a glass of water and then, you know, start getting the breakfasty stuff ready because breakfast is key. That's your like gateway to get out of the morning and to start your day because you've
Yeah.
already been fasting since what? Depends on if you were snacking at 10 o'clock last night like me.
Always.
But
For
you're
me.
fasting for like that many hours. And then, so to get yourself out of the gate, as my girlfriend Dani would tell, she's like, you need breakfast, something to get yourself out, whether it be toast or peanut butter or eggs. Or this morning I cooked myself eggs.
Good.
It was awesome. Put on my Alexa Dot and I said, Alexa, play upbeat music, and she started playing like Buck Cherry and rock and roll.
Whoa,
I was like,
get it?
yeah, I'm starting my morning off right.
That's a good way, yeah.
So drink
That'll
water
get you going.
and then coffee.
Nice. Yeah, and then with that, a way to end the day, I made this goal years ago where I would, like the cat always wants to snuggle at bedtime, so I would just let the cat snuggle there and get cozy, and just spending that time just petting the cat and just like relaxing. It's so nice to hear the cat purring and just, it's so soothing. So that's, and another thing is the cat's always pestering me in the morning too, which isn't always the time you want to be pestered, you know, like 5 a.m., but because that's before my alarm even goes off, so that's
He's
not
probably
very
telling you
welcome.
to get up and work out. Come on, honey, get up.
Do some yoga.
Yeah.
But I decided, okay, instead of being cranky about that, this was about 5 years ago, I decided instead of getting annoyed about the cat waking me up, take that moment to like, you know, snuggle with him because he's just saying, I love you and I want to be snuggled. So it was such a nice way to start the day too, and I would do that every morning. And then maybe even fall back asleep after he stops getting real persistent about it, you know, because then he'll relax and maybe go to sleep, and then I get to snooze a little bit more before the alarm goes off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a nice way to, if you look at things differently, instead of being like, oh, get out of here, stop bothering me, I'm trying to get more sleep. No, come, I'll cuddle you.
Yeah.
You will both feel loved, and then, you know, start the day.
Start the day off there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Animals, if you have animals, just, yeah.
They're there
amazing.
they're just telling you they want to be loved.
Yeah.
That's their language. But I find cats, like, they'll give you that 10 minutes of snuggle me, now. Okay,
Get away from me.
see you later.
Exactly.
Dogs are like, yeah, all the time. You know?
Yeah, they can't get enough, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But, okay, something that struck me right away in the very beginning when we were talking about self-renewal is the key things for me. At the bottom of it all is being who you are, okay with who you are, and then also a different topic, but on that is being comfortable in your own skin.
Yes.
Those are kind of like the foundation or like the goal of self-renewal in any period in your life. Whenever you're going through this phase of self-renewal, whatever might have sparked it or, you know, being the end goal, it's all about being happy again with who you are,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah. And not worrying about so much what everybody else around you are thinking of you or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, you're listening to Just FM. We are found on YouTube, Facebook, justfm.ca, Android and Apple apps.
You got it. I'll let you say it. So another thing about self-renewal is just even trying to save a little bit more money or just attaining that goal of success almost. Like I've had a lot of thoughts this last January, since New Year's. Just like, how do I better myself? How do I better my family? And relationships are key, just keeping it positive. And even though somebody's irritating you, you just kind of like take a breather, zen it out, and be like, I'm not going to let this person bother me.
Yeah.
Or
Think of the best possible thing about them you can.
yeah. Yeah, just
Right?
be like, what's good about you? What is good?
Why do I have you around again?
Yeah, there's a reason. I love everybody I know, so if you know me, then I love you.
Yes. Okay, and with that, the fact that, yes, saving money is kind of key to that, because sometimes, yes, there are certain things, like doing a couple simple yoga poses is free.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's
Yeah.
free. Totally free.
And-
You don't
and-
have to pay for this. But a lot of the time, things that do bring on self-renewal and, you know,
It's
that
a motivation. That's,
they cost
you just
money,
gotta,
too, though. They cost money. Like, if
well, they
you
do,
wanna
and that's what people like, I can't
go for
afford this, I can't
massage,
afford that. Yeah.
go for Reiki, raindrop therapy, whatever it is that
If you have
gives
benefits,
you those nice
utilize your
feelings.
benefits. I know a lot of
They
people
often
that
cost
have
money.
benefits and they just, I just don't do it. I
or
just
don't know
do it.
about it, or how to utilize
Yeah.
health spending accounts and stuff. Talk
Yeah.
to an HR person, figure out how to make it work for you.
Make
you gotta.
can. I actually been picking
You
up
gotta.
red light therapy at Fabitan.
Tell me about that. I have no
It
idea
is
what you're
awesome.
talking about. Okay.
Well, red light,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not harmful to your skin or anything. It actually boosts your collagen and elastin in your face and like your skin.
Yeah,
Helps
okay.
helps take away scars and acne and wrinkles, and I'm trying to see if it's going to work for me, because I've got some mummy war wounds from having two beautiful children, and they're worth it. But I was like, let's see if this really works. But actually, that 20 minutes of laying in a warm bed of red lights, you don't need any glasses on or anything, because it doesn't damage anything. It just enables your skin to produce more collagen. I'm 37 years old, so
This is
I can
important
see
stuff. This
a
is
little
good.
bit of mummy and grandma happening in here and stuff, which I'm proud of. But at the same time, let's see if a natural light or like a red light therapy, if you look it up, there's tons of benefits to it. Circulation and all
actually,
that. So
you mentioned
I
that-
invested in myself.
Yeah, it occurred to me, like, I know a lot of people who have, like, say, like a red light bulb in their bathroom, and that's supposed to be a good time, like, right after the shower.
Oh, really?
It's,
Yeah.
like, really nice and warm, because who wants to be freezing their butt off when they get out of the shower?
Well, if I can get some red lights for my bathroom, I put
Yeah.
them on when I'm in the bath.
Even if just one of, I wonder if you can have, like, all the light bulbs be a certain, just regular color,
But would it
and then
put
the
off
one
that
red one.
benefit? I don't know if there's a certain red light. You can't just have a red colored bulb and then it'll do that. I think it's
There might be a certain
type of
bulb.
light.
I'm not exactly sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But, and they do look different. They're kind of a different bulb. And sometimes, if I remember correctly, it's like there's the regular thing of lights above the vanity that you use for makeup and whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's like a separate switch for the red light. So
Oh,
it's like you
okay.
can install a separate thing. But
Yeah.
they're really cozy warm.
Saving up
You
for
get
that.
out of the, yeah. I remember I visited a friend once, stayed over, and in the bathroom there was the red bulb, and I recall it even had a timer. So it would only be on for a certain amount of time, and it was super cozy,
that-
warm, and I didn't have a clue about all these other benefits, the collagen and boosting.
Was that just a heat lamp, though?
It might have been just a heat lamp. I don't know.
Because
There
I've
might be a
been in
different
houses where it's a
effect.
heat lamp and it just provides heat into the bathroom. but
Maybe that's all
maybe-
it was. I
yeah.
don't know. But red
Yeah.
light is red light, I suppose.
Yeah.
Probably has
Well,
similar
there's the
benefits.
sunshine light too. People get the daylight for the vitamin D and stuff.
Yes.
The SAD, because in the winter or if you have a job where you spend
Seasonal
inside
affective
all the time.
disorder.
Yes.
Yes.
Seasonal
It's a real deal, especially in places where you have these extreme seasons.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, back
Like
to
us
self-renewal.
Canadians.
Self-renewal. We go on tangents. It's
we
a good
go.
thing.
Yeah,
This
we're
is
just
why we can talk for an hour.
gossiping
It's
in the
no
forest
problem
today.
at all.
No
We're
animals
chit-chatting
allowed.
in the forest. I'm waiting for some sparkly, fast-running vampires to come shooting out of nowhere, because this reminds me of that scene from the Twilight
Ooh.
Breaking Dawn. Doesn't it remind you of that?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
I like
Okay,
it.
so, with this idea of being comfortable in your own skin and happy with who you are, sometimes the realization that you need to take on a self-renewal period can be sparked by some catalytic event, like a tragic loss or something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be like an eye-opener saying to you, okay, time to reevaluate what's happening in your life.
Somebody passes away, or
Where are
you
you
know,
going?
real
What are you
about it.
doing?
Yeah.
How are you getting there? Yeah.
How life is precious and how
Yes.
it's short, So
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it can be like that kind of a loss, or the end of a relationship. It can be like employment opportunities that
job changes.
Yeah, when you're in a job that you love or something. I know someone who had a job, really loved it, and then it was things changed. The course of that person's life changed, and it's like it's like you're playing a game and you're going toward a goal, and then suddenly you're looking and you're like, okay, where'd the net go? It's gone.
Yeah.
So your destination where you headed is like disappeared.
Yeah, the universe has different plans for you.
Yes, and sometimes the most amazing opportunities can come afterward. So,
and I know some people don't believe in that everything happens for a reason, especially when it's a tragic event or something. I don't believe in that, but I think of the positive, and everything happens for a reason. Just focus on that. Okay, this is another outlook for me. Trying even Just FM in the past, we've done 4 shows now.
I know. At first, I was petrified. I was like,
yeah,
what?
And I think every time we get a little better. So thank you for understanding and keeping listening to us.
Yeah, we were super awkward in the beginning. Probably still are.
Yeah.
We have 0 training. I mean, we've never had any sort of training whatsoever on this kind of thing.
Public
so it's
speaking.
like, we're just 2 girls gabbing over coffee, really.
Yeah. 2 mamas in Lethbridge gabbing over coffee.
Yeah.
Well, I
whenever
have
the
tea
time's
today. I
convenient.
picked an energizing tea, which is like a ginseng and a ginger. And I had my coffee this morning, so go from coffee to tea and just drink. PC makes it like a superstore. I'm sure there's lots of different brands for energizing tea. So
Nice.
trying to switch it up a notch instead of coffee.
I used to always buy Celestial Seasonings tea, and I love that.
And they have a little saying
that
on the
was like an
box,
old school
Celestial
one.
Seasonings. Yeah.
It was an old school one. My mom always bought that brand, and so I just always bought that brand too. But there's so many out there. You got to just sort of try it all.
There
See
is.
what you like. Today I got coffee from somewhere else, one of my favorite
Penny
places
Coffee
in the
House.
whole world.
Very nice place.
Pretty much grew up there, and go
You
back
drink
all
your
the
coffee
time.
with a straw.
It's a frappe.
Oh, a frappe.
So
Is
it's
that cold?
cold. Yeah, it's a
Ooh.
blended, cool, double chocolate.
I just
double
know
chocolate.
when you drink with a straw, it actually helps keep your teeth white too, because it
Oh.
bypasses the with pop and with juice or whatever your beverage of choice is.
Unless you're one of those
If
people
it's
who
not
uses a
hot.
straw like this.
Yeah,
in
because
front
then
of
it
the
hits
teeth.
the front teeth.
Use
But
a
do
straw
it
like-
behind the teeth, and then it doesn't hit your front teeth anymore. Keeps your teeth
Behind
white.
the teeth. That's a good. I didn't even think of that.
Self-renewal.
There you go.
Stick the straw behind the teeth.
Every little thing.
Yeah.
Could be a part of it. So yeah, sometimes it can, and sometimes you're going through self-renewal periods that you aren't even aware of.
Yes.
Catalytic event or not. It's like you can. I hope I'm saying that word right. Catalyst is what I'm getting at.
Catalyst.
When I say catalytic, I think of a part in the
Catalytic
car.
converter in my car. I got a recall on that. That's
Oh.
a self-renewal thing. Come on, fix my car. Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes you're going through self-renewal periods that you don't even know until you look back and you're like, oh gee, yeah, over time I've been doing this differently, or I've given up on that, or I've changed this pattern of behavior or something, and it's had positive results, and I've kept going because unconsciously we just want to continue
Striving for better.
bringing good to ourselves. It's the sentiency thing. So, right?
At least we are. I don't know.
Well, that's how I feel about it.
I'm sure Lethbridge is.
And then sometimes, even after you've noticed yourself experience progress and you're thinking, oh, I read this really great book and I've really internalized the message and I'm applying it and everything's good, you'll come across times where you totally regress again.
Oh, yeah.
Where
I've
you're
tried
like,
to read
oh,
The Secret.
back here again?
The Secret book is really good, but then I'll sit down for a little bit. I need to be able to just sit. That's my problem. Some people have
a
their
hard time
ability-
sitting.
They can sit and read a novel for hours. And me, I'm like, how do you do that? Because as soon as I sit down, my mind's like, oh, there's something else I should be doing right now. There's something else.
You know what you got to do? You got to try it in a place where you're not surrounded by things to do.
My red light bed. I'm like,
go to the park or something on a nice day. Go to the park, sit on a picnic table, like away from your car.
turn your phone on silent.
You're totally, able to actually tune into what you're reading. Because if I'm at home, that's my problem. If I'm at home, I look this way, there's dishes. I look that way, there's laundry. I look, all these things getting in the way of me actually just sitting and enjoying my book.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Secret.
Yeah. And sometimes it's the fact that there's a lot going on in life, right? Animals, kids, everything, right? So it's
Yeah.
like hard to actually do that. I'm not talking about this being something you can do all the time, ever. Right, as a mom.
Well, I guess I've been told some people read before they go to bed.
Yeah.
Just put that little side lamp on and just it mellows out your brain and just kind of read whatever and it just instead of looking at your phone.
Right.
Because that's still stimulating your mind,
Yeah.
the phone, right? So
Something you just totally reminded me of this. I asked my friend who's traveling right now. She travels a lot around the world. And I asked her, what are your thoughts on self-renewal? And she said, confidence. It's the first thing that came to mind. And she said, how many people go to a restaurant by themselves and self-consciously sit by themselves in a restaurant without zoning in on the phone.
Nice.
Like
Just people watch?
be peaceful within yourself and the fact that, yeah, I'm here by myself. I don't have to have company to feel okay about it, and you don't have to worry about whether people see you by yourself and wonder, oh, why is she alone? You know?
Or in the
That's a
movie
big-
theater, you want to watch a movie by yourself, you just go in there and sit.
She mentioned that too. She like the
Yeah.
movie theater, coffee shop, restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, places where typically we go with somebody else, but
Be able to feel like you can go there by yourself.
by yourself, just
Yeah.
having that inner strength and confidence to like go solo somewhere.
Yeah.
That does take a lot of confidence
It does.
because yeah, it
Takes
does.
confidence.
It just does.
Yeah. Tomorrow, too, I'm modeling bridal wear at the bridal
Yeah.
show tomorrow at NMAX.
I know 3 beautiful
The
women who are
show.
going as
Ah.
people watching and
Are
getting
they?
ideas and
Oh.
stuff.
Are you
Yes.
coming too?
Well, no, because I think, no,
No.
I don't think so.
Well, that's my path of self-renewal.
I
too,
have
is
zero
getting
need
myself out
to
of the
see any
box.
bridal stuff. So
There you go.
I'm just not even
just
gonna.
come and enjoy. There's other dresses
Maybe.
too.
I think I'm actually going to go with my daughter to. There's this thing happening where they're bringing a whole bunch of animals in town.
Oh yeah,
There's supposed to be like reptiles and like even
exhibition
a sloth.
park.
Yes.
Yes.
We
Oh,
did that
that'd
a
be fun.
couple years ago as a family, and that was kind of cool. So I think we'll do it tomorrow.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, like stepping outside the box, I put myself out there to try to building confidence to be like,
Yeah.
oh my, there's going to be hundreds of people watching me strut my stuff
That
on the
does take a
runway
lot of
with a
confidence.
beautiful
No matter
bridal
what
gown
age.
on. Don't trip.
In a gown. Oh my
And if I
gosh.
do, laugh about it.
Mhm. Just
Yeah.
somehow turn it into
Yeah.
something cool.
Yeah, yeah. But it's fun to just challenge yourself to do stuff like that. I used to do that when I was younger, before kids, and do a lot of modeling and a lot of acting and stuff like that, just to kind of get out there, because that's where I wanted to be, is around all the action kind of stuff, right? So,
Yeah.
but challenge yourself too. Get yourself into a contest or
Something different
Yeah.
than the usual, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you do go to some place by yourself, like a restaurant, coffee place, whatever, to not get sucked into your phone, you could try things like journaling, drawing or doodling,
Read
crossword
the
puzzles, or like little magazines, or even those cute little coffee news.
oh, I read
Things.
the
Horoscopes
horoscopes on
first.
there.
Yeah.
What's my life going to be like in the next couple
Right?
of days? Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yeah, and if it's
just for
not,
fun.
it's not. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kind of a guide.
It's just kind of fun. And then, so that's a big thing. And then the same friend traveling abroad, she even said, like, from everything that happens in your life, you have to find the lesson you had to learn. So you're never going to learn anything if you always just constantly look at things from a surface perspective and just only identify with the emotions.
Yes.
You have to, like, dig deeper than that and sort it out and figure out, okay, what is the point here?
Yes.
You know?
What is the bottom line
Mhm.
and the reality?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes in my phases of self-renewal, I'm just trying to go toward positivity. Okay, leave anger behind, leave fear behind. You know, avoid the more negative emotions, but those are a part of growing too. And
Yeah.
sometimes you have to just wear those and take them on and feel them and
Yeah.
process them, and then you can move beyond them.
Yes.
But if you just keep shooing them aside, they're just always going to be
They're going
there.
to bottle up, and then one day you're going to blow up.
Somehow
and
they'll
you're
come
just
up.
going to be like, rah, everything
Yeah.
comes to a surface. Even
Yeah.
if things bug you, write them down, journal, like you said, journal. I've been working towards that too. I finally got myself, started a couple pages and stuff just to write stuff out that really bugs me, and then stuff that makes me warm-hearted and loving and stuff. Like yesterday, my boy held the door open. I put it on Facebook because
Aw.
I took a picture of him like,
That's awesome.
he held the door open for like 20 people coming out of the school.
Wow,
And he
good
just
for
stood
him.
there, and I
That's
was like,
nice.
"Come on, Leland." And normally you're like, "Kate, let's go. I
But
gotta
then
get
you
dinner
clue
done."
in, oh,
And I'm like,
he's
"No,
being a
he's doing,
gentleman."
he's doing an act of kindness." And and everyone's like, "Thank you, thank you." And he's all proud, just standing there
That's
holding
filling
the door
his
open.
bucket. Yeah. That's
So
awesome.
It was really sweet to see that.
Aw.
And you see the odd person do that, and then some people just walk out and let it fly, slam shut.
And don't say
But
thank you or anything.
You're like, "Have a great day." Thank you.
That's awesome. That's
Hold
so
the door
good.
open if you get a chance, so somebody's behind you.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
And if-
other
yeah.
self-renewal stuff. So we talked about working out, If you can, you can. You can't. You can't even go on a walk around your block after dinner instead of sitting on the couch watching the news. Or, you know, the news can be depressing. I find I haven't.
Yeah.
I watched it once last week, and that
I
was
just
it.
can't.
I'm like, hey, no.
I'm still unable to. It's been like this for decades. I just have a
Well,
hard
you
time
hear
with
it on you hear it on the radio. You hear it everywhere, and it's kind of like a
Yeah.
repeat of everything, right?
Mhm.
And last Tuesday, I actually sat on my couch. I was like, you know what? I'm so go all the time. I sit on the couch, and I'm going to watch the news. And then I'm going to watch some shows after that. You know, I'll watch Ellen's Game of Games. Like, she perked
Oh,
me
nice.
up. That
I love
lady
Ellen.
is
She's great.
wonderful.
She's amazing.
Her show, Game of Games, I kind of want to go on it.
You
Because it's such a fun challenge.
would.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So, working out, making little goals, achievable.
Yeah.
Um,
With what were you saying? Sorry, just now.
Oh, yeah. Was I off topic again?
No.
Sorry.
It was awesome. It was oh my goodness, shows. No, Ellen. Oh,
Holding
maybe
the
it'll
door
come back.
open,
No.
watching the news.
News. Okay, that's what it was. I was gonna say, years ago, I was making supper. It was like, I don't know, 2007, I think. I was making supper, and I was in the kitchen chopping some veggies and stuff, and I heard, like, you know how you're kind of listening but kind of not. The news in the other room might be background noise. And everything that the people were talking about on this news show was positive. And I remember putting down the knife I was chopping with and thinking, are these people for real? Like, what the heck is this? And I go into the living room and I see that it's a news show completely dedicated toward positive news.
Hey!
And I was blown away that this
That's a good
even
idea.
existed. I thought it was great. But it made me sort of sad that my initial thought was, are these people for real? What the heck kind of news is this? It's all positive.
Yeah.
Because it's so
Why are they
unusual.
so darn happy?
So unusual for there to be something like that. That's so
That's
sad.
still out there?
Probably. I don't remember
Oh.
the network or what, but it was awesome. I
Google
bet if
it.
you Google it,
Type
you could
in
probably find
positive
it. Yeah,
news if you wanna
positive
hear
news
it.
station. There's got to be something like that. There is. I heard it. I heard it. And I came out and watched it for a bit and was just like, it was heartwarming to know that there was
Well,
something
there's a
out
lot
there
of
putting
positive
positive.
stuff
Yeah.
out there. There
So
is,
good.
and a lot of it doesn't go noticed.
Yeah.
So maybe we should
Exactly.
start a positive news show.
Maybe we'll like promote.
I don't really see it on TV.
No, but this was on TV. It
Oh,
was
wow.
crazy. It was cable.
Maybe they
Or
got
satellite.
like, sorry, no viewers.
So long ago. Yeah, I don't know. Hey?
Not,
Oh.
but-
But yeah, it's just one of those things. And I've never had an easy time watching the news. Like my husband, he's so sweet because he watches the news. He follows the news like an eagle.
Well, it's what's going on around you.
So he knows
Kinda
all
need
this
to know.
stuff. Yeah, well, that's true. You do. So he's really sweet to me. He's like, just so you know, so you're not the only person who doesn't know. There was a tsunami in this place yesterday, and I'm like, oh, thanks, because
Yeah.
otherwise I have no idea what's going on, and I
Yeah,
feel
because
bad
you're
about
not
that.
even on Facebook. I still try to get her on Facebook.
You and a lot of
Because
people.
I have to put Tami,
I just
Nancy,
don't-
and
I'm
Danica.
not ready.
People are like, who's Danica? Where do I find her? Well,
Oh, God. No,
we'll get
it-
you on there.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't know.
That's good for you, though.
It'll take
no
a lot of
pressure.
planning.
No pressure. You don't have to be on Facebook to listen to Jess FM. You can go on YouTube or
Ooh.
Apple, Android apps. You can find us anywhere.
Yeah, jessfm.ca.
Soon we'll be
That's the way
everywhere.
I watch because it's just
Super.
easy peasy and yeah, it's like live stream television, really.
Yes.
You know, jessfm.ca. So you plunk that in and just whatever's on.
Have you seen the Canada's food guide change? I really like it.
I
because that's
love
the
it.
diet I've been following for the past year and a
Years.
half.
Years.
Yeah.
That
I
just
was like,
it makes
what?
sense to
And
me.
it is confusing at first because it used to be the rainbow with all this food coming down and
Mhm.
whatever. Now it's a dinner plate. And I kind of like it because it
Well, and it
evens
lays
it
it out for you.
know,
Here, you should have half of your
vegetables
serving
and
be-
a half a plate and then like
Yeah.
a quarter of it meat and then a quarter of it carbs.
Yeah,
I
or
can
protein.
still eat carbs and I still do eat
sources
carbs.
of protein.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
my acupuncturist told me about miso, adding
Oh, very
miso
good.
paste
Yes.
to your rice as you cook it, to like anything. If you're making anything that you're marinating or saucing up, throw a tablespoon of miso paste in there. It adds a lot of flavor. Sometimes it's a little high in sodium, so look for something low in sodium, like miso low in sodium, whatever. But
Is
it's-
miso very health beneficial otherwise? Because I know miso
It's-
soup is one of the highest forms of protein. you can
Exactly,
eat.
it's high in
I do that before I
protein.
have sushi. I'll
Yeah.
have a bowl of miso soup and then a
So
sonomono
good.
salad, which is like vinegar and the sugar vinegar with the rice noodles and then
Yeah.
shrimps and stuff.
Yeah.
Who wants to go for sushi with me? I love it.
Even if you add a lot of miso to everything, a package this big has lasted me like probably a couple of years, and I don't know if it's supposed to last that long.
Yeah?
But I'm still okay. Like I don't get sick or anything. So
Is there an
I seal
expiry
it up
date?
really well. It's probably expired, but
But
it's
then-
still fine. So
Yeah, it's just a
I don't know. I'm
roundabout.
crazy.
Yeah.
I've got a stomach of iron apparently.
You lucky lady.
I know a lot of people who don't.
I kind of follow expiry dates, but then I don't. Like a good week or two after, as long as it's not dairy or something, you know.
Mhm.
But like dried stuff, I'm like, well, how does it know when to die? How does the dry stuff know
It's
when
just the stuff
we're not
in it
good
that,
anymore? Yeah.
that is not as.
It's like a shelf life thing.
It might get stale. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you've opened a box of old crackers or something, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
just tell there's that weird dusty smell.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is past its time, and I'm not
Yeah, I
eating
go by
this.
taste too, I
But not
guess.
everything has that kind of, you
Yeah.
know, like dairies, it's pretty obvious when those have gone bad, like milk.
Yeah.
But not everything has that
It has that
obvious
notification. Little
notification.
blinky light on it saying, hey, I ain't
Don't
no good
eat
anymore. Trade me in for something else.
Yeah.
But no, the Canada Food Guide's great. Like, you can, whether or not you get your vegetables or your fruit from a can, because I buy a lot of canned beans, canned peas, canned everything.
Yeah.
Tuna. I'm a sardine eater, not all the time, but you know, so many benefits if you can. There's like lemon ones now and all
Okay.
that kind of stuff.
Maybe
If you
I'll
like
give it a
fish,
shot, but I really don't
it's
see
very
it
good
happening.
for you, very good for your heart. Because I can't eat a lot of meat like steak and we always eat
Yeah,
meat.
I've never been a fan
in our
of
diet.
a lot of red meat. I like
Yeah.
chicken, I like salmon and other kinds of fish, but
Yeah.
I just, red meat is kind of like a treat sort of thing
Yeah.
once in a while. Like if you go to the keg and you
Nice
get a
steak.
steak, it's nice, but like to have it all the time, it's just not even on my radar. Like
Yeah.
I don't think, ooh, I need to have steak, you know. Mm-mm.
It does. It's very
I'm
nutrient
into
dense.
chicken and
Yeah, very nutrient dense, but just in smaller portions. And that's what I like about the dinner plate thing, because it's like, don't slather a big, huge steak on one half of your plate and then a little bit of vegetables. You know, have that the fist
Stick
size.
to that portion.
Yeah, the
but
fist
then
size
too,
of meat.
if you need more, when you want seconds,
Yeah.
go to what you're craving some more of. So
Mhm.
like try to put your plate together with mostly, the produce side, and then your grains and your for
Get
a
into those
serving your
salads.
first plate,
Yeah.
and then if you want seconds or need more food.
Yeah.
Some people
You can
have
add
bigger
more.
appetites than others.
I eat a little.
Then
yeah.
go to what you want. Your second serving is almost like pre-dessert. It's like, ooh,
Yeah.
I really like those mashed potatoes. I'm going to have a little more of that, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to have a whole another plate the
Yes.
same.
Yeah.
But
No,
for
no.
your first serving, try and stick to the basic formula, and
Mhm.
then that's.
But you
good
don't
for
have you don't have to make your vegetables salad either all the time. It could be, like you said, potatoes are very good for you too. If you look up the nutrients in potatoes with the skins on, it's even
Mhm.
better. So those are potatoes, vegetables.
I started making my own French fries. It's actually not horribly
I'm
hard.
coming over for poutine.
They're so good.
Poutine and Danica.
Okay, so I just take a potato with the skin on, and I slice it into big fries, and then I boil those for 5 to 7 minutes just to get them slightly soft,
Mhm.
but still a little firm. And then I bake them with lots of oil and seasoning and stuff.
Yes,
And oh my gosh, they were actually really good.
let's bake potatoes.
I gotta say,
My girlfriend Jen,
saving
if
money
you're
on
watching
fries.
or listening, she makes smash potatoes. So she takes the little potatoes and boils them with the skins on, and then she'll lay them on a pan and she'll mush them all down so they're just like a smash.
like a
boiled
little potato pancake.
Yeah, and then she puts butter on them and
Ooh.
seasoning, and then she bakes them in the oven. And I had some last night. She invited me over for
Oh my gosh.
roast beef.
That sounds
and
so good.
Smashed potatoes. It was absolutely delicious.
I am writing that down.
So
I'm
yeah,
seriously
smashed
doing
potatoes.
that.
Boil the little spuddy potatoes, and then smash them. You can put your cheese on them, whatever you want. But she absolutely just I could have ate tons more.
Uh-huh.
But I let the kids eat it. Her kids are like, "Can I have more potatoes?" And I was like, "Yep, you get 'em. I'm gonna step aside, watch it."
So did she put cheese on them and stuff too?
No, she does the butter and the seasoning, but cheese would be delicious too, right?
Yeah, dress them
Kind of
up.
a healthier option to poutine. Maybe gravy. Oh.
That sounds so good.
You know, so then it's not French fries.
I think I'm going to do that tonight. I think I have potatoes.
Okay, save me some.
Come over. Come have some potatoes.
I'm going to go see that movie, which is nice. Go see a movie. Star is Born. Finally, it's at the movie mill.
Oh yeah, you wanted
And
to
I
go to
wanted
that.
to see it for so long, and finally my friend Joanne's like, let's
Good.
go, and her mom's going to come, so I'm going to bring some tissue, because
I've
every
heard it's
woman
really
that I've seen
good.
it, they said they all crying all the
Yeah,
time.
I've heard it's really good, and that Lady Gaga is actually a really awesome actress.
Well, I like it, yeah, that she's kind of like just toned down. And
Did
her
you know
own
that she
person.
collaborated with Metallica?
Good for her.
Yeah,
What does she collaborate?
like songs, music.
Oh, I was like, what does she collaborate?
Oh yeah. Anyway, it's cool.
Okay, Legends of Self-Renewal, back on topic.
Yes. So, okay, here's something. Okay, remember when I had you watch that show? It was called The Mortified Guide, where people take their adolescent diaries and read them on stage to, like, total strangers?
Sure.
Did I tell you about this?
No.
Maybe it's someone else.
I'm like, maybe.
Okay, it's someone
I just
else.
don't remember.
Sorry.
Concussion brain.
Anyway, so it's such a funny show. Maybe the humor not for everybody, I don't know. But I thought it was super real and hilarious. And it's made me really want to dig up my old mementos box. I have this tote in my basement that's like all my old diaries and, you know, yearbooks and stuff like that.
Well, that's good. You can look back and I have, like, old
And
yearbooks.
so these people, they basically are random people, normal people like you and me, go up on stage at, like, say, a pub or a coffee house or something, and they read their old diaries. And it's a comedy show, really, because it's hilarious. Like, you can
It
imagine.
is? What if it's bad stuff in the
Well,
diary?
some of it's awful and bad
Yeah.
stuff, but
Huh.
it's like, you know, these people are, you know, from their adolescent teenage selves expressing
Oh, yeah.
and then laughing about it later at, like, you know, the language they use to describe things and all
Yeah.
this, and oh my gosh, it's pretty funny. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna find my old diaries, and I'm gonna, you know, like, send some love to that young self and laugh
And that's a good
about the stuff
self-renewal,
that
too.
at the
is-
time was
yeah.
tragic and, like,
Now you're just like, that was
oh,
not
brother,
big.
honey, you don't even know what's coming down the pike.
Well, I remember my aunties, aunties and ladies that were older than me as I was growing up saying, oh, honey, don't get involved with anybody serious until you're like at least 25.
Don't you
and
wish you
up.
listened?
And yeah, because, you know, kind of, I had long-term relationships when I
Okay.
was young. It was like a 2.5 year, 5 year, and then, you know, marriage. so,
So
yeah, it's
my mom and I
crazy.
were going through some old stuff, and I
Ooh,
found
you're
this
photogenic.
picture. I was 13
Look at
years
her.
old.
She's beautiful.
I think
Look
I
like
was,
me.
I was 13 or 14 years old,
You cute.
and but look at my teeth; they were so
They still are perfect.
ungraded down from
They're-
stress. And you know, when I started grinding my teeth, when I started dating,
See?
stay single, girls.
Ah.
Just saying.
Okay, good to know. I'll stay single.
But I'll tell you something. When I saw this picture, I literally started to cry because it was like the last time before a lot of really
Stressful things.
downer things started happening in my life. So, what I did to this little girl who was so sweet, I put her in a high place in my home.
Mm-hmm.
I put this photo up in a high place in my house so that I would like literally raise her up and say, you know, you're amazing and you don't deserve to feel lower than that.
Mhm.
So, and sometimes I would look at the picture and I would say, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're sweet, for as long as I needed to. And then when I was over that, I didn't
You
do
say it to the
anymore.
picture, or do you say it to yourself
To the
in the mirror
picture
too?
and to myself,
Good.
but like for a while.
Because now
Literally
you're
s-
still beautiful and you're still.
But like as a
you know.
human inside,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
just to build that up.
I was literally saying that to that young girl I used to be, you know? Yeah, and that was really a, obviously self-renewal period for me,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, letting her know you're amazing, no matter what you're going to go through.
Yeah.
Just keep your head up, girlfriend.
And try new things.
You're beautiful, you're smart,
Yeah.
don't take crap from anybody, even though I did.
Well, we all do. Yeah.
That's part of life.
It's very, yeah.
You
go
don't
through
learn
life.
unless you do, sometimes.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I still totally believe that. You know,
Yeah.
you can fight through any event and stuff like that, but you come out living, and that's all that matters. Is hey, this isn't a life or death situation. Then you can make it through. Anybody can make it through.
Yes.
So today was self renewal for me too. In the mirror, I was like, oh God, bangs, no bangs, no bangs, bangs. You know, oh, getting some wrinkles here. Like screw it. I'll have no bangs today because most times I'm always, you know,
Have your
bangs. It was just it's a hairstyle,
Very nice
right?
and manicured.
So I'm trying it just away.
Looks
I seen a
good.
picture of Charlize Theron and her and Brad Pitt are hanging out and
Oh.
doing a movie or something together, and I
Uh-oh.
really liked her hair. It was
How
like
does
off
Jen
her
feel
face.
about that?
So I was like, you know what? I need to try something off my face for a change. What do you think?
Looks great.
It's okay?
Lovely.
Yeah.
It frames your face still.
You like it?
Looks very nice.
Come see me. I'll
Do
take
you
your
like
bangs
it?
off your face, too.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. It's different. It feels awkward because I'm so used to having something here for, a year and a half, 2 years now. I've always had kind of bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little self-renewal and
Yeah.
then working out.
Little
if you
things,
want it.
big things, they all count toward the picture.
Yeah.
The overall
Just
picture.
a minuscule thing. Yeah.
Today, okay, self-renewal, remember the hair situation?
Yeah.
I did my hair today. Like
Looks
I did
great.
it.
Yeah, your
Cute
little
bun.
bun.
It's
little,
good. Kind of
yeah.
a twisty bun.
Yeah.
Just sort of happened with the bobby pins, and I mean, I'm okay
It
with
suits
it.
ya.
It's good, but I wasn't sure that this wasn't the result I was going for. But I'm happy.
Whatever. It
I
looks
did
great.
my hair. Okay, I did it.
That high five, self-renewal.
Woo!
The
Improvement.
days I don't do my hair, though, I get more compliments than the days I actually put
That's
effort
so
into it.
weird.
When I just wear it messy and whatever, like it barely, I didn't iron
People
it or nothing
comment on
today.
it
I just
and
kind of
say-
sprayed it and woo, one of those. Tami wants to sleep in, and then do the whole shower thing, whatever. So I just one of those.
See, your au naturel self is.
Except for a lot of makeup. I like my makeup.
But that's also part of your modeling background.
Yeah.
Right? Because I remember actually just a few weeks ago you said,
Yeah.
always go out with full makeup. And I'm like,
Yeah.
if
Always
I
go
feel
out
like
because you
it,
never know when you'll get a job or you'll get approached, and always go out looking.
recruited or something.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
so
pressure
it's
to
still
put on
in my
young
head
girls.
to this day. Well, being a
Because how
hairstylist
old
too, you
were
gotta
you
look
when
the
you
part.
did the most of your, like when your
Yeah.
modeling career was at its height?
14 till 23. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's like, it was like really hammered in, obviously,
Yeah.
because now, 10 years later, 14 years later, you're
Yeah.
still, like, you never leave the house without makeup, hardly ever.
Very rare, unless I'm camping.
I leave the house without makeup a lot.
Sometimes even camping, I'll put a little something on because I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
well, if I'm gonna die today in the
Heck
exact
no.
country, then I guess I'll look it.
You're hilarious. I do not wear makeup camping. If anything, I'm like, totally, no, au naturel.
Well, modeling, the industry has changed. It's really nice to see a little bit of like a little heavier people in the industry too. Bigger girls are beautiful.
Mhm.
Everybody's
yeah.
beautiful.
Mhm.
But when I went to try on my dresses last week, it was different to hear somebody say, "You're actually too," not to me, but to another person that was too small. She said, "Actually, you're too small for what we're looking for." And I was like really? 'Cause
Wow.
when I was in modeling, the smaller the better. It was like, if you
Well,
ain't 99
I'm really-
pounds, honey, you ain't getting this job.
I'm so glad
And I
that's
was always
changing.
told that you needed to lose weight or,
Yeah.
whatever. So to hear somebody say, oh, actually, you're too small for what we need this time, but I'll keep you
Wow.
on file, which is nice, for the next show or whatever, right? And I was like, oh, I hope I am okay, and whatever. And then she said, oh, yeah, you're the smallest we have.
Wow.
And I was like, really?
That's good.
That makes me feel different
See,
because
and
I've
that's
never
how it
been
should
told.
be, because
Yeah.
there's, I would say the majority of human beings are
Mhm.
not this tiny little pencil-sized
No,
person.
like
If
I'm
a petite
146
person-
pounds. I carry it well, I guess, but maybe I don't know. She said, don't lose any more weight, and I'm like,
I
okay,
wouldn't
I'm not
guess
really
that
trying to
you're
lose weight. I'm just trying to
146
tone
at
up.
all,
But I
no.
like being a little bit more like a little bit bigger and,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I
Me
love
too.
bigger
Like
is
honestly,
better,
when
find.
I have a little more weight on me, I feel so much
Healthier.
healthier.
Yeah.
And like, the jeans aren't falling down, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's a bummer when your favorite jeans are a little too snug.
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's better than the clothes being kind of baggy. My weight has fluctuated a lot
Yeah.
over the years.
Mine
That's
too.
like,
Yeah.
the 30s, it's like you go through a lot of hormonal changes and
You do,
stuff, and
yeah.
oh my goodness, it's like, it's weird. It's hard to keep up with, and then you got to worry. Okay, was my thyroid okay? Is everything good?
Yeah, the thyroid. I've had issues with the thyroid
And for
too.
me,
Yeah.
when my thyroid's having issues, it's like my weight drops unexpectedly,
Yeah.
and it's at weird
Huh.
times. Like one year, a couple of years ago, it was right around Christmas time, and that's when I'm eating the most junk.
Yeah.
Doing the least physical activity.
And you were
winter
getting
and
skinnier.
Christmas, and I was like a bone rack, and I was like, "What is going on?" And then, sure enough, just
Overactive?
a little bit,
Oh.
a little bit of issues with the thyroid plus hormonal fluctuations. It was just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I'm kind of like,
Teeth
okay,
going out
this is
lower.
good, things are good.
Yeah.
But another thing is with being a petite person who wasn't well endowed, it's nice to have a little extra weight because then you've
Yeah,
got,
like gaining
you know,
a little bit of
something
extra
to fill in
pounds.
the sweater.
Yeah. Can you just go here and not my gut? Because usually when I gain weight, it's
Yeah.
usually my tummy.
Yeah. It's my tummy and my
My
hips.
mummy tummy.
Mummy tummy.
I'm proud of my mummy tummy. All you ladies are too, I'm sure.
It's not going anywhere for me.
Yeah. I know.
And I'm okay with that.
Well, my dad once said to me, I don't know if Dad, if you're watching, he said, "Gee, you're you can go to the gym like you still got a bit of a tummy there, hey?" And I'm like, "What's your excuse, Dad? At least I had 2 humans growing inside of me. You got a beer belly."
You go, girl.
I was like,
You tell him.
"Hey, like I had enough because like you know I love my dad dearly.
It's not okay for people
I
to say
love him
stuff like
dearly,
that to anybody.
but that comment,
Just
I
don't.
was just like, excuse me,
Excuse
like
me?
yes, I have a bit of a pudge, you know, but I had 2 babies in here, 2 humans growing for 10 months because it's 40 weeks is 10 months. I don't know why they say 9 months, but 10 months, you know, and
9 months
I'm
from
like,
the time
what's
you
your
find out, I
excuse?
guess.
Like you got trucker belly because it ain't like you don't have humans in there, so.
Yeah, there's no good reason for that.
That was my, and I actually, because I'm usually not a defensive, or, well, depends. I'm usually not like a combative, I usually just take it and just be like, whatever, yeah, I'm working on it. And that's usually what I would have said.
Well,
But that day I was so proud, I was like, you know, what's your excuse, buddy? Like, I don't know.
I'm a little
So
more
women,
of a
yeah,
combative individual.
we do have
sadly.
a little bit more of a,
I try not to be, but
of a little bit of a, you know, the way society is, you gotta look and act
Pressures.
and be and whatever. So
Yeah.
just be yourself. I put that on my cover page too. It's just to be you. And
yeah.
if you feel pretty doing your makeup and wearing fancy clothes, then you do that.
Yeah.
And if you don't, wear your jogging pants.
Yeah.
And
it's
your cozy
important.
clothes.
It's also important, like the messages you send young children, like even
Mm-hmm.
children ages 5, 6, 7. If the compliment little girls hear more than any other is "you're so pretty,"
Yeah.
that's not a good thing.
No.
Like that's nice.
Yeah.
But what are the other qualities you want them to remember about themselves later when it matters?
Instead of just "you're so pretty."
You're pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. How about what else do we have to offer the world that's not just face
Just
value?
visual. Yeah,
Yeah.
visual stimulation. And yeah,
Make
that
sure
is
you're
a big
telling
thing.
people,
Yeah.
you know, you're smart. You're,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, what? You
yeah.
play soccer? Good for you.
Yeah.
Like athletics and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, my kids have bugged me too. Mom, why do you have to do your makeup all the time? I'm like, I don't have to, but I like to be presentable. To me, it's presentable to be
Yeah,
kind of done
putting
up.
your best foot forward.
Depends on
right?
your career. Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean that is important. It does also sometimes suggest where your confidence is at.
Yeah.
You know how much effort
Yeah.
you put into before leaving the house. So I can definitely attest that, like a year ago, I did not give a hoot. I hardly ever wore makeup and did my hair. Relied on the ponytail a lot
Mhm.
and barely did my makeup. And yeah, I just kind of feel like looking back, I'm like, wow, yeah, I bet you maybe there was a slight mild depression going on there because I really didn't have
care.
the confidence to
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Or maybe didn't care to present the confidence. Maybe it was in there, but I was like, eh. And that's fine too. Some people don't wear makeup, and they're definitely confident people.
Yeah.
But for me, I think like for myself, my confidence is sometimes reflected in the effort I put
Into yourself.
myself before I
Yeah.
leave the house. Yeah.
What you want to project out is what you'll get back.
Mhm.
Because like we said on our last show, I've been treated totally different the days I don't, like I do half-ass to myself. I get treated differently
Right.
by people
Yeah.
than when I actually do myself up and look something like a little bit more. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to go out, might go out
Mhm.
dancing, might do this. So like prepare yourself for the end of the day.
Yeah.
But the days you're just chillaxing, drinking a beer, hanging out, you're like, meh.
It doesn't matter. Right?
Be messy.
Camping.
Camping. Can't wait for camping.
I can't
South
wait to
Country
go
Fair. We should
camping.
go this year finally.
Yeah. Well, we went. No, we didn't go together.
No. So
I went the last.
this year we should
I
go,
went
'cause
this
it's a
past
good-
summer, and I didn't go the summer before that, but I went the summer before that. So I'm kind of like
Yeah. Every second year.
every second year.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was good. I do enjoy it a lot. I love the live music. I love live
Mhm.
music all the
That's
time,
why I
no
wanna
matter
go.
what context. Whether it's
Yeah.
I love going to the Slice. I love going.
Yes.
Slice
Slice,
the Mocha
Average
Cabana
Joe's,
also
Mocha
has.
Cabana. Yeah.
We went there once, didn't we? For
A band.
yeah, it was a guy on his guitar.
Maybe, yeah.
I think it was just one.
No, that was
person.
the Owl. Oh no, we went to the Owl too.
Yeah.
Everywhere, like Lethbridge has so
Anywhere
much
there's
entertainment.
music playing, you should enjoy it.
Yeah, so many
It's
people are
an-
like, Lethbridge doesn't
so
have anything to
wonderful.
do. Oh yeah, it does.
Sure it does.
You just look up
figure
what to
it
do in
out.
Lethbridge.
Get out
like,
there.
Yeah, live music, whatever.
If you can. Have a
Listen
date
up.
night.
Yeah.
My husband and I, we hardly ever went for dates for a while, and then I guess, when was it, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, we just said, you know what, we need to try and do this, like, even once a month.
Yeah.
Go on a date.
Make it and put it in your calendar because
Yeah.
a lot of stuff comes up. That's what I find even meeting up with girlfriends and
Yeah.
friends. If you don't put it in your calendar, it's like stuff
You're
just
gonna
happens
forget about
and
it.
you're like, now I'm busy. Sorry, I'm busy. Or but I want to be a part of that. And,
Yeah.
and it's
And
you
put
know,
like an alert reminder for a week ahead of it so that
Yeah.
you can actually,
and you can actually.
it's not like the day of and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to. That's why I sent you. There's a foam fest, 5K foam fest. Remember?
Yeah, you mentioned that.
So I'm challenging you. That'll be our date. June
That would be
29th,
so much
and that's
fun.
in Medicine Hat.
And like if you're the kind of person who does get a lot of one-on-one time with your partner, then like a girls' night out. Maybe once every couple months, just do that for yourself. That's another part of self-renewal.
Yeah.
Date night, girls' night out,
It's important.
whatever. You've got to
Social.
have that time where you're socializing with people you love and enjoy being around. Just find a way to make it happen somehow.
Yeah.
Some good friend
Even
will
if it's
come
an
over and
hour
watch
with a
your kids.
girlfriend.
Somebody loves you enough to make that happen. Believe it.
Yeah.
Somebody loves you enough
And
to
if your
make that
spouse
happen.
doesn't like that, then I'll be like, well, okay. Then that's a whole nother topic.
Right. And I really feel like self-renewal, we just hit the tip of the iceberg here.
Yes.
We should actually revisit this. This is like self-renewal,
Oh,
Adventures
geez.
in Self-Renewal Part 1. But let's
Okay.
hit this like on a quarterly basis.
Yeah.
Because there are just a gazillion things about self-renewal.
Oh, yeah. If you have any ideas or things that you want to share with us, just type them in and say, this is what's a good self-renewal that I've done or what you think that would be beneficial to us on Jess FM, on Android or Apple, and Facebook, and YouTube.
Yes. JessFM.ca is my favorite way to watch it.
Yeah, .ca.
Yeah.
Even better, just type it in and away you go.
Yeah, I've got it link saved in my phone, so
Yeah.
so I can always just be like, think, and go on to it. I did try to get the app, but I couldn't for some reason. I think you have to do something, and I just didn't have time that day. But if you just go to JessFM.ca, boom,
It's
it's
there.
easy.
Oh, okay. It goes live on there.
And oh yeah, this is like a whole other show right here. We're like 5 minutes, so yeah.
Self-renewal. I want to get a tattoo. That's a self-renewal.
Yeah, that was one thing I wrote down. Is
I'm like, woohoo!
Sometimes for self-renewal, people will get a tattoo or something.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah. When I got my tattoo, I was 28. It was 2008, and it was definitely a period of self-renewal that year.
Yeah.
For sure. There's
Yeah.
some major changes in like family dynamics and just expression and stuff like that
Yeah.
with family. So it was just a time when I just sort of like blossomed as a human.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, you know
Something
what?
you never regret.
I'm actually ready to commit to
Yeah.
that. Like some people get tattoos for
I got
fun
this
and
one.
it's not a big significant
Love.
thing.
I love hair and people, and so I
Yeah.
got the scissors as the V, and
Yeah. So
Because
that's like a
17
significant
years,
thing for you.
and
Yeah.
and I still I think to myself, should I try another career? Is that a good self-renewal and stuff? No, I'm like, no. I love what I do.
Because you love what you do.
I can't
Yeah.
see myself doing something else besides, like, being a movie star or a singer. But
You
I keep
could.
striving.
I'm sure you could.
I can't sing. La, la, la. No. We've got 5 minutes only.
But yeah, like
Oh, wow.
I know, right? But tattoos, and you have other tattoos too, and
Yes,
they're
I've got
very
this one.
special.
This one is the maple leaf
That
with the
is
rose
so
in it.
beautiful.
That's because I'm proud to be Canadian-born and an Alberta girl. So that's why I did the maple leaf with the rose in it.
Yeah. Like
So-
some people, it's a significant thing, and like some people, it's not always based on like this major, spiritual expressive thing, and it's just for fun, right? And that's
Yeah.
fine too. But it's kind of tied to,
Yeah.
expressing who you are and
Yeah.
like what you're into.
Well, I've
which is
seen
great.
people with the Tasmanian devil on them. I'm like, wow, you must have been a big fan. And it looks good.
Stuff like
It's
that.
their
I know.
thing.
I laugh.
Yeah.
I know some people with tattoos where I'm like, okay,
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
but that's theirs.
I
And
love
that's
it, yeah.
theirs. That's where the commitment comes in, right?
Yeah.
It's like, and that's for me. It's like I couldn't actually bring myself to do it until I was for sure, absolutely
Into it.
into it, committed to the idea of having this image. And so, yeah, for me, mine was like something I designed myself. I had put it together years before.
Yes.
And yeah, it just took me years to finally get up the courage to
Yeah.
say, yeah, I'm gonna get that on me forever. And I love it, but I'm not showing it
No.
because it's like, you know,
Maybe
like,
next show?
awkward. Maybe in the summertime we'll have
Okay.
an episode where
We're going to Henderson
You're
Pool, and she's going to show her tattoo. No, well, we're glad to be able to talk to you guys today, and hopefully you enjoyed our show. And if we can improve on anything or do anything different, just message us on the comments below, Facebook. And yeah, each time we do it, we feel a little better and more about chatting. So
Yes.
we enjoyed our time with you today. Keep positive, smile
Yes.
at people.
And
Positive brings happiness.
before we finish,
Yes.
we also have another guest coming to be a part of our show on February 23rd, I believe is what we have tentatively figured out. Her name is Christina Harrington, and she is a massage therapist who's incredible. You've seen her before, yeah? She's an amazing, amazing human.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're going to have her here on February 23rd. So hopefully you'll be able to watch that too.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah.